Try to get everything in frame. All right, all these. Oh, we're gonna drop the hammer without the mag in there. Kelly gun. So pretty much by the title of this video, it is not. Hey. It is not going to probably monetize the video for me, but whatever. YouTube's super against a lot of different things and pretty much wouldn't pay any of us but lies about what we can and can't put or what they'll demonetize, whatever. Let's just get into it because you want the informational of what hush hush device bearer you're gonna get. Not promoting the sale or any of that of these, just some informational knowledge on what you may get, what you may have, what you might be looking for on your hush hush device, pistol, host, something. A little awkward, but so I won't be talking about 22, but I have the 122. I'll just mention it. So if you're watching the video, you probably already have your device picked out. You probably already know what you want. Most of your 22s, like this one, a lot of them have a threaded barrel to remove the barrel, so they make adapters of the sort in 1/2 by 28. There are a few that may just have the threaded barrel outright. Like that's a whole different video to choose just a 22 host itself. So, you know, I do have this GSG 1911 made by ATI or imported by ATI. Cool choice. I've had other 22s in such a manner for my hush hush device. But with the regards of that, caliber is something to come on selection. I don't have any 40s. I don't really shoot 40s. I don't have any 40s at the moment in my collection, period. I got 3 45s here, and I got 3 9 mics here. Let's start by saying there are going to be some like this, and this are going to be what I consider high end. They're all going to come with 3 magazines. I believe this one comes with 3. HK45 tactical, the FNX tactical, and the Beretta M9A3. I believe that's that designation. Is he going to tell me? It's going to tell me. Yeah, M9A3. Beretta 92 with the threaded barrel. So when you buy, like, I don't even think that's, so this has just fair, it does have night sights, so so does this, so does the FNX 45 tactical. This just has tall sights with an adjustable blade back, something you can upgrade later. So you're gonna have your high end, you're gonna have your middle of the road, and you're gonna have what I call aftermarket conversion. Like this is a Lone Wolf barrel in that. So you're probably gonna spend just as much on an aftermarket conversion as you are something that's middle of the road or already set up. I don't have a Walther in here. They make one. CZ also makes a couple middle of the roads. And that's just price wise. These are going to be upwards. A high end is going to be upwards of $1,000. So, but if you're spending the money on suppressors, you probably already did a little research on individual guns. But here's just some food for thought. So you get your HKs in German. These are going to both be left-hand threads. I think it's 16 by 1 is left hand of the 45. I'm not sure offhand what the left-hand thread for the VP9 is going to be. The 9mm. Can't even get that off. So some of these threads are pretty easy to come off. Some of them fall off. This actually fell off when I was carrying it at one point in the store. I'm like, oh, that's... You just like pick it up, put it in your pocket, bare thread. Kind of do like the M9A3 has where you can pull the slide off, because a lot of these ones that are a thicker... Not even going to disassemble it, but when you go to disassemble it, you got to take the thread protector off. This extended barrel does not fit in the other one, the chassis. I have a chassis for it. Food for thought, high sights. I don't mind, even on this has normal profile sights, so does this. The hush device is going to cover up the sights when it's on the end. I don't mind shooting through that at silhouette style targets. The blade sights are going to give you a little lift over. It may shoot a couple inches low, or an inch or so low, a couple centimeters low. I believe, no, this has night sights. I have a different set of night sights on my P30 that are aftermarket. So there are a lot of aftermarket things you can get. I think with these two guns, they both come with 2 magazines, depending on what gen you get of this. And convert, there's lots of conversion barrels. I won't say conversion barrel, because conversion is another thing that'll get you demonetized. Probably already working on it. But so the threads are something to consider. The size of the suppressor, obviously, if you have a 9mm suppressor, you're not going to get hush device. You're not going to get a 45 pistol on that. If you get a 45, now I don't think there are any dedicated 40 cans that I know of, but if you're going to get a 45, you can get different pistons. I keep a couple of different pistons in one of these little boxes. They were great. I have also a fixed barrel mount, because you're going to be able to use a fixed barrel mount. You can make your own spacers out of pieces of pipe. The ones they make are relatively inexpensive. My buddy gave me this, so he has, and depending on where it is, you should be able to fit them. Size, and this is a stainless one. I know I've seen guys talk about just cutting copper and using that for a fixed barrel mount. The Beretta, because it locks different, it doesn't tilt down, does not necessarily need a Nielsen device. I haven't really tested it out much with the fixed barrel, but apparently fixed barrel device can run it. So maybe, I'm not unsure. But most of these are tilt locking. There are going to be some... If the gun has a fixed barrel, you can run it without a Nielsen device, because that's not how the barrel unlocks. It's probably a blowback. Something like a Makarov in 380 would, has a fixed barrel. Some of the smaller Berettas that are 22s, obviously, like this 22 is a fixed barrel. The barrel doesn't move at all, so you use a fixed barrel mount with the thread. I don't really shoot a full-size can with 22 because 22 is messy. My 22 hush device is still waiting for paperwork to come back from the federal government. So yay, slow federal government, taking years to get us paperwork back for our critical hearing protection devices. Individual features, I mean, depending on grip, chances are you're already in it. They're very nice. This, I like the thinner grips on this than the 92. You get 3 of the nicest coated magazines I've ever seen with this. Like, they're steel magazines. They have a coating. This just has regular mags. getting hung up. It's nice. It's got, you know, down plate. Of course, your European style. The Walther also has a European style release. The one I'm thinking of, I think it's a PP9, something like that. Of course, your Glock mag, standard mag. You can make some aftermarket extended, which, I mean, I just think is kind of ridiculous. Unless you're running in a carbine, but different thing altogether. So yeah, you're going to get thread protectors with these. Some of them are going to have tall sights, something to take in consideration. I don't mind regular height sights and shooting through the device, is what I call it. Especially at silhouettes, maybe smaller targets or something like that. You may want to consider taller sights as an option. Adjustable night sights, not really my deal, even though that device is probably gonna reduce flash as well. I'm not shooting them outside at night, just don't have the location to do it. Maybe that's a consideration for you. Maybe you're gonna use this as defensive also, which none of these are really, I mean, I have other defensive firearms, you know, for the home and stuff. Maybe you're using it as something that you're considering. You're in game country, or maybe like coyotes or you know, some pest animal that you know you want to go take something with your nightly walk. So maybe you want night sights to see that, but you want the device to not disturb your neighbors when you're removing pests or protecting yourselves from dangerous animals like coyotes or something that would bite you in the middle of the night on your walks, or you know, farm, whatever kind of deal. Don't want to scare your farm animals, but you want still nighttime option to use something. Maybe rifles more the host for something that need, but you don't know. These are easy to carry around, small, compact. Aftermarkets they're going to be aftermarket for aftermarket threaded barrels for compacts and subcompacts. These are all full size. So like, with the addition of that, like, you get a full grip on everything, whether you have finger cuts or not. I don't know. All these, this is probably my favorite. It is a serious dead on the nuts pistol. I figure out what it's hanging up on. When I take this out with my Tyrant 45, it is so accurate. I love it. This is originally, my friend had this same model, the USP Tactical 45. Was the first handgun I shot back in the day. You probably find a video of it way back in my original videos. Probably still have it on the channel where I am shooting this, leaning back, looking. I have no idea what I'm doing at that point. Like, novice, totally novice. Thread protectors are no big deal. I think you can get some low profile ones as well. Striker versus hammer. So I've never had an issue with either one. Kind of a preference, I guess. What else is note of merit? So something, if you're doing a conversion, or not a conversion, but if you're dropping an aftermarket threaded barrel in and you're running a device, you may need to, like this, I had to add an extra spring, so that's extra cost. So I mean, these will put you in the mid-range, so you might as well like find mid-range unless you really love this or want to build a Glock or whatever, but get a super sweet deal on something for like under 300 for a CZ. You're gonna be looking to, I mean, besides probably Glock barrels, because there are some on the market that are aftermarkets that are, I've seen $50 sales or something like that, but you're looking at $100 to $200 for an aftermarket barrel. So by the time you do that, suppressor, you know, night sights, maybe you are getting into the $1,000 range, at least like 900 And I think some of these, like FNX 45 tactical, you can find them for maybe 800. Definitely not now. Now it's super bad time to buy. But I don't know. I kind of rambled on this video, but yeah. I mean, this is definitely my favorite out of nines. I kind of like the VP9, but I don't even have a piston for it. I've shot on this. I don't even know if I've shot this gun. The difference between 45 and 9, keep in mind, is ammo price is more expensive, but 45 is all going to be subsonic, easier to find. You can find the 147 grain 9mm subsonic and pick that up fairly easy. I got a couple boxes. Because it's more expensive. People didn't buy it up right away. And I was like, oh, I'll buy that. That's a good deal on, $14 a box is a good deal on subsonic ammo. So, buy that. A lot of times run on pistol caliber carbines or smaller or larger pistol variants of automatics, like the Chris Vector, the UMP I have pistol. Those are fun to run, suppressed. Yeah, so I don't know, and I apologize for my ramblings, but just a little food for thought. Thread pitch is going to matter. Sights is going to be the variance. This one I actually picked up used. Did have to replace a recoil spring, but it's got, I believe this is a Zev. It does have a nice aftermarket trigger. It came with mags, came with 2 barrels. I gotta find the other barrel so I can run this in the chassis. That'll be the next. But I'm gonna get these away in the safe. Post pistols for your hush-hush devices. Hopefully I didn't waste too much of your time and you figure out maybe a little more. Maybe you're waiting on a hush-hush in jail. So, all right, thanks for watching.